So I've been very interested lately in two paths, two spiritual paths to realization. One, the path of knowledge or Jnana Yoga, and the other, Bhakti Yoga or the path of devotion, and how to marry the two into a path uh, called Jnana-Bhakti, as it were. Ramakrishna mentions it once in his gospel, but doesn't really elucidate it, doesn't really flesh it out for us as a practice, aside from being able to see how he practiced and how he lived and how he embodied both of those paths perfectly in his being. And so to do that, I was kind of just studying what is trying to be accomplished in both paths. The major accomplishment is union with the divine, or knowing ourself to be of a divine nature, and that divine nature is Satchitananda, that love, that wisdom, and that being, and allowing that to flow freely so that the love that you are can be expressed equally all around to everyone, regardless of condition, circumstance, or relationship, that you'll be able to love people, love others as you love yourself. And so to put them together, because God in the path of knowledge is not necessary as a separate entity from self. Uh, God is seen as being all things, and that is centered within you. And as you silence your mind, and as you control yourself and detach yourself from your desires through discernment and through careful learning and careful observation of your life, mindful living, that you then come to realize the presence of this divinity within, and you let go of your attachments, which consequently is what diminishes ego, starves ego, and you come into this knowledge of being one without a second at some point. And in Bhakti Yoga, it's more in the Jnana Yoga, God is alone is real and all else is illusory. And in Bhakti Yoga, you come from the other direction, that you accept your separateness from the divine, and you use that separateness to build relationship. And so God remains other, but he's an other that has pure love, a perfect love, an unconditioned love, and is truth itself. And that he has become all things. He has become every living thing, every being, everything in this world is in fact God. Uh, and that he's all of this and more, absolutely without limit, cannot be trapped or defined at all. And so through seeing your beloved, your object of devotion, as being present in all things, through that path you diminish your ego. And through that diminishment of ego, you begin to understand. And so as you approach that knowledge, you merge with that ideal. And you worship your beloved through everyone and everything. And that's how you reach that equanimity of mind that can love everyone as they are and be with everyone as they are. And so just understand that they're both coming from different angles. The Jnana practice sees themselves as God and are trying to let go of all of the things that are not godlike as such in their character and personality, let go of their attachments and their desires to find that inner contentment. And the practitioners of devotion are coming from the other side of seeing God in everything and developing a relationship with a God that is separate and apart from them. And through that relationship, coming to a marriage, as it were, and merging into a singular, very much like a married couple. And so just seeing how they're different and yet the same will allow us to study the scriptures and the teachings of both, and to inform your primary yoga. The four yogas are not necessarily exclusive. It can be a matter of emphasis, is what we've learned from Swami Vivekananda and Sri Ramakrishna. And that learning how to focus on one as your main path, but being able to freely choose from the others without diminishing the effectiveness of your own path.